All right, I'm doing a little bit of Uiua today. I'm new to array langs. Basically, I've done a tiny bit of BQN. I think 1 year for AOC, and a little bit of. Well, I guess that's it actually. A little bit of BQN. Everything else is way too hard. I've got a problem I can't quite solve, so I'm hoping I can at least talk to you guys as if I'm talking to a real person and maybe rubber duck my problem here. I have a bit of a solution going, a bit of a some progress towards it, but it's not working at all. So I apologize for halfway, bringing you guys along halfway done. But we got some progress here, and I'll walk it through, rubber duck style, and maybe there's a way I can solve this. I've spent probably 4 hours on this at least, and as far as I got, I can extract some keys basically. Um, so that's it. Okay, so problem solving. This is basically a bunch of entries into which bag contains which other bags, right? So this light red bag contains a bright white and yellow bags. For part one, it's not talking about like quantities. So I'm just ignoring it for now. So right now I'm building a map of light red to bright white, comma muted yellow. So you'll see here, light red, bright white, and muted yellow. They're both. I've managed to parse the arrays here or whatever into two nested. I don't even know. I assume this the shape of this thing I don't quite understand, but I think that's a two-dimensional table. I don't know. I don't know enough about this, but the so far we got the keys parsed out or whatever, keys to values, and I capitalized the keys just so I can know when I'm printing them basically. But anyway, so I need to figure out if I have a shiny gold bag, which other bags hold the gold bag, and then so on and so forth until I figure out all the ultimate bags that can hold all of my total things. So see here, bright white and muted yellow can have shiny gold, and then some bright white ones can be held by the dark orange, and then so you know, four is the answer. Four is the answer. So my idea would be like in imperative stuff like it was with Python or JavaScript, right? You just loop over this forever. Like you just say while bags found new while new bags aren't found, iterate over and whatever it. I don't know. But yeah. So I have okay. All right. Different approach here. So this is if I highlight these out, I've got myself a list of all the bags. Right. What are these ones here? I'm trying to remember. What does bright white give me? Oh right. So bright white and muted yellow both hold a shiny gold bag, which is what I start with. So then if I do the second list or whatever, then I know that light red and dark orange both hold some of those ones from the last iteration. So bright white and muted yellow. So bright white and muted yellow. Let's see. Bright white, muted yellow, dark orange, and then I guess light red, muted yellow. Yeah, there you go. So these two babies are in here. So that's like my second iteration, right? So I have the collection, and I can once again repeat the iteration to the point where now there's no new keys found because I guess what is it? The light red and dark orange aren't children of any of the bags, so that would be my total bag count, I suppose, because I accumulate all the keys. So like there's these two keys plus these two keys. Excuse me. So that would give me the total answer of 4, right? So now I was trying to figure out how to like fold over this garbage and whatever, that's where we're at. Okay, so that's it. So one quick second, I'll pause this bad boy. I can't pause it. I'm gonna keep going. We're just gonna we're just gonna keep going. So where I'm at now. So that's let's rephrase. Roughly where I'm at is I got most of the way to part one. I just like loop over forever, right? And there's repeat and stuff, but it doesn't matter. We're just gonna start off from the basics and get rid of all this code here and just pretend like it doesn't exist, I guess, right? So what do we got here? So we got our inputs. So my split input function, which I can check is just this, which is partitioning characters that aren't new lines, I guess. Oh, it says right there, perfect. Thanks to the LSP too, you can see, excellent. So I have my single string. I think I'll combine it into one, so then I can now go into my part one. I want to say. No, I don't. It'd be crazy. Part one is bags. There you go. So part one, what does part one do? Or no, parse bags. I wrote some docs for it, but I cannot read this. So let me. But again, I wrote this. It's been a week or something. Let me imagine. So I'm pretty sure this means match, right? Match or whatever. Let's see. Mask, right? So it'll return like a Boolean array or something. A B. So which one of these characters are in this one? I think, right? So A and B are in A and B, and then the second and second matches for A and B are there. So let's see. All right, this is rough because then you wanna talk about it as if you're some sort of. Okay, so let's just imagine and max, right? Rise or max? Max. Um, uh, I take the value, I figure out which one of these things I want to remove are in it. So either there's a period. So okay, one more time here. Look at the input. There's a bunch of new lines. Oh no, this is there's two arrays here. So this is an array of strings. So each one is a line. And then I want to get rid of the bag text, and it's plural, so 1 and 2, and then a period as well because we don't care about that. I can't remember why I max it, but probably it's if there's one of the three. I imagine there's one of the three, and then I keep the ones. This is keep for every one of the mask out of all these. This array or whatever is okay. Well, hold on, let's say a lot of whatevers, but that's fine. So let's see what we get here. The problem, whatever. Let's. I think I can just take one, right? And that'll still give me the perfect. Okay, cool. So you can see here, light red bags contain one. So this is space bags, I guess. I don't know. Doesn't matter. But I keep everything that is 0. So I turn these into ones, right? So with this mask, I keep everything that is a 0, which is nice, I guess. Okay, cool. Okay, I'm with myself here. Get rid of this question mark because that's also the same thing as trace. It's also the inspect stack. It's also the same stack if you're doing this yourself. A question mark is just as nice. Then split. So I do another mask. Oh right, okay. So now if I'm here, then you'll know the string, the delimiter instead of this is basically a colon if it was a dictionary or something, right? So these guys, this is the key and this is the value. So I split on this, so you'll see. Well, actually, how do I? Yeah, okay, whatever. So I gotta do the opposite thing where I partition, which groups partition box. So I group things. I think partition. If I remember, partition groups based on like sequential. So if there's a bunch of numbers in a row, consecutive. Yeah, there you go. So because there's a bunch of zeros here, that's one other thing. And then why would I? Wouldn't this give me everything? Why wouldn't contains also be here? Is it probably just as this thing where it ignores ones or something? Ignores zeros? Something about zeros in here? Come on. Okay, let's look at the docs. Docs. Part. You can actually search here, but you can also just type in the thing here too. So it does like the same partial search as you do. So if you can type it in your code, the freaking LSP for this language is amazing for this. Like the dev experience is fantastic. There you go. So if the mask is 0, that's why. I don't know why I didn't see it here though. Key. Oh, there it is. Just I probably ignored it because there was the some code there. All right. So yeah, the reason then that this works. Oh, right, okay. Sorry. Right. Because now then I turn it into ones or whatever. I knot it, I guess. Right. Because this is equivalent to knotting it. If I'm gonna let's test this out. Knot. Yeah. It's the equivalent of inverting it. I don't know what's idiomatic, whatever. So then there you go. So now I have it grouped into bits here. And then from there, I further split them onto commas. Look at that. Look at the confidence coming back. Inventory is like an unbox, rebox thing. So yeah, you can see unbox it and then rebox after. So it's like the same thing, as far as I know, as calling unbox, and at the start of this boy, you call box again. Right? That's the same output, I think. Yep, perfect. Beautiful. And then from here, we just have our keys. Our keys and values, and then this is a single box string, and this is a 2D array, I guess, 2-element array of box strings. I don't know. Again, I can't read the syntax, but that's fine. So that's cool. So that's parse bags, easy peasy. And then I convert them to map. So maps are basically. Do I have a convert map? Oh, geez, that's a monster. Okay. All right. Let's break this one down. It's good to remember. What did I do? So, okay, well then oh, I'm still doing the take one. That's fine. So I have my list here, my array of key, single string and boxed counts or whatever, contents I think I'm gonna call them. So, oh my goodness, this is tough. So I want to simply, I want to break up the box. I guess, right? I want to break up the box. So let's see how I do it. How I did it, I should say. Okay, so let's. What is this also? This couple. Okay, I'm gonna ignore that for now. We'll just put it here. Is there an easy way of like looking at this? If I break this, how does the formatter deal with it? Okay, good enough. Good enough. So what do we got here? Pick one. So this is literally because I suppose this is a 2D array. Let's just see what we got here. First, we go shoot here, right? Is that what happened? I don't. Where did where did my? Okay, doesn't matter. I guess. Oh, because it's unboxed, right? Okay, so I don't remember actually. Getting a little confused. So this is a 2D array, right? Because there can be more than one rows here. So then when I'm in here, I just have a single row, and the single row array is a boxed string and then a boxed nested string. I don't know. So I take the first one, which you'll see is just the word light red. Yeah. Oh, I also have a helper. So single key or something. So I can just give a key. So you'll see helper key. So then that tells me where I am. So I know light red is here. So I can get rid of this guy. And I'll go to the definition of this guy, which is the word helper, which is my utility files, which is literally just I take a string with this bad boy and I pop it off. So the stack is unchanged, basically. It's nothing too crazy there. Oh, and I should say the separator too is here. It's just you give it a number, and I don't even think you give it a number. It takes nothing, right? Like, yeah, 0. It takes nothing. But I could just do this. Oh, that's one thing is you change the dependency, obviously, and it doesn't detect the. That's fine. So yeah, you can see that I changed the separator. No big deal. PF is print flush, which I guess doesn't. It says it does flush, but I thought flushing would mean I don't know. So you want to print in the same line, you PF without the F is without a new line. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. So this is actually I can just undo this thanks to Vim. So we're back to where we want to be. Excellent. And then get out of here. So helper's there. So we have the key. The key in this pair, you'll remember, is just the first element here, which is this. So that's that. Then because I can't search for glyphs, I have to like use Vim a little awkwardly sometimes, but that's fine. So I have the second element to be pulled out because forks go from right to left, I think. So the second element will be the key, and the first one. So the first one is I take the value, and then what do I do with it once I have it? I parse it. So let's find out what parse contents does. Oh man. Okay. What is this doing? What is this? What is this bonus doing? It is. Okay. Content is unboxing the value, but it's unboxing all the arguments, which is something I didn't realize. So if you box it, if you call a function, it unboxes all the arguments, not just the first one. So it is not equivalent to just calling unbox at the start, like I did earlier for inventory. It's all the arguments. Excuse me. So what is this boy doing? Let's just put a H here, P par. So I have, right, okay. So because I have the both elements, I iterate over that, and then I have one row at a time. Oh yes, and of course, so I don't have an example here, but sometimes in the inputs there's no others. Yeah, no others. So I have to do some annoying checking here to get rid of that case. So I unbox it. Yeah, there must be a nice way of doing this pattern. I had to do this a couple times. I remember looking at this, but this is basically this is unboxing. The little dot is un, so unbox, and then boxing it again, right? So I take whatever it is. I take this bad boy. I unbox it. So this gives me, you'll see right after, just the regular string. Then I duplicate it. So it's duplicated, and then I go once again box the one I duplicated. So on the top of the list or whatever, top of the stack, there's the boxed string, and then I compare it because you have to compare boxed strings to each other. I guess I don't know if there's a better way, but that's how I compare strings. Because you'll see. Well, I'm not gonna. Well, can I easily test this out here? Okay, we'll put this on the list on the right here. Perfect. So you'll see string, right? It's on the, and then equals to another string, and it gives you an array of one-to-ones here we're looking at. But if I box them, there might, if I box them, there's a nice single comparison. There's probably like a mask or something. Like if I mask it or something, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, but that's what I would do there to compare strings. I just box them out first. So back to this bad boy. So at this point, we've filtered out all the ones that aren't. Oh, actually, no. What this is actually doing is it's like doing an if statement basically. So at this point, I've figured out whether the row is an if or is the no other case or not. But just no other, because remember I've shipped out the bags period, etc. So there's nothing else but content here. And then so you'll see that there's two cases here. No, I can't format that in a nice way. Can I? Yeah, there you go. So there's two cases. There's the 0th case for a function pack, maybe. Maybe there's something function pack, switch functions. Yeah, it's a switch function. But because there you go. I can't. I don't know what this is trying to tell me, but there's two values. I don't know, man. There's just something, right? So because this can be 1 or 0, it'll call either, if it's 0, it'll call this function. If it's 1, it'll call this function. So if it's 0, I do nothing with it. If it is 1, that means it is not no other, and therefore it is content. And in that case, I then do the same thing where I box it, then unbox it. So surely I can get rid of this. No, why? What is that? Why would I be able to unbox it and then box it again? Yeah, I don't know what that's about. But yeah, one of life's little mysteries. Oh, split by. So this is like that. That's why. So I unboxed it. I unboxed it into who knows, I guess. WTF? Why is that an at symbol? I unbox at? No, I don't. But this means character, does it not? Like at means like when you do an at literal. Oh, goodness. That's a space. Okay, that's a space. So I unbox this. Well, then let's test that out again. So no, I don't know what I will do here. Can I unbox this? What happens? I don't know. I'm sure it's useful though, because if I get rid of it, it breaks. It breaks. It doesn't break. Is it possible that it's because I took it and it breaks? Is that different? I can't tell. That's different. It's probably different. Unbox. Get rid of this again. Looks equivalent to me. I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm gonna get rid of it for now. We're gonna guess. So split by is another helper function that I do. It's literally just a macro with one. I think it's called a macro. Macro. Can I just type macro? Macros. And it just takes this placeholder thing takes whatever the first function is or something. There may be a better way of doing this, but I don't know how to do it. So anyway, this is like you can see literally equivalent of duplicating the input and then partition box, I think. Oh no. No, let's actually if I go in here and then take this and then part box, which is partition box does not equal space. Maybe okay, then that's what's going on here. So the reason this bad boy takes 2 arguments. So this is what I split by. Okay, I see. I should just say it takes 2 arguments maybe. Takes I don't know how to write that nicely, but basically this is what you pass the partition, and then this is the character that it is splitting on. So you split by base, split by space. Even though that unbox thing shouldn't have been there. Whatever. Split by space, basically. Then, why do I get the 0th one? Because let's get their helper. Why is right? Because here you go. So at this point, I split it on space. Why would I put 0? Underpick. Oh, okay. So underpick is some. I'll show the docs here. It's like a update way. Yeah, underpick pop thing or whatever. Underpick. There, underpick to modify. So you'll see that this is underpick, and then this is like the function to modify whatever value is at index 2. So index 2 is 9. 9 times 10. Yeah, there you go. Is 90. So in my case, I am I what? Oh, okay. Oh, I see. So I split my my input string, let's say, on spaces. Then at the 0th input, I parse this bad boy into a 2, and then I suppose I boxed it. I don't know where I'm boxing it. Oh, here maybe? I don't know. But anyway, the 2 at some point turns into a boxed 2 for whatever reason. So if I get rid of this guy, no, it's not. Oh, it's boxed because it's in the curly array. But I don't know where that happens. But well, it's because I'm in the parse contents function. So I've changed the first one. I've altered the array to such that I've parsed the string. So I've parsed this bad boy. Okay, cool, good. I feel like I'm just killing time until I get to the part where I don't understand. This is keep. This is shape. Why would I not? What did I? Oh, okay. There you go. So here, I've. So make sure. Okay, good. So I've got. Where does the box come from? What? Why? What makes them? What makes them boxes? What makes them boxes? Parse contents. This is content unbox. Yeah. So then, I don't know. Is it because there's a box coming in here? Okay, it's entry. Yeah. Okay, so it's box coming in here. So I unbox it, but therefore at the end of it, this is no longer boxed. That must mean like well, these guys are boxes, right? Inside of a 2D array box. I don't know. Good. Let's just keep going. Let's just have more fun. So what is this? Shaping it. So we're getting the shape of we're getting the shape and then discarding it. If that's true, then surely I can just not do that at all, right? Is that the same output? That looks different. Uh, oh, something changed. What? I'm getting all confused with my timeline here. So at this point, oh no, this will be the same. No, because I'm yeah, okay, good. So I'm cloning it and then getting the shape and then popping it. So this is also unnecessary. Look at that. Okay, cool. That's a little less foreign then. So this is way easier to read then, which is I just take the first one, or the second one, I should say, parse the contents, which is splitting the things up into spaces, and then boxing it up for some reason. If I don't box it up, let's not worry about that. It wants me to box it up. Great. Yeah, okay. Then what I do? I couple it. So because I have two arrays here, I have I assume that's the key. Oh, right. Yeah, it is the key. So you see here, because this is like the last thing it forked on, it's the most recently added to the list, I guess. So I got the key, and I got its contents that I parsed now. Then I join them up because I don't know how else to do that. So they're joined, and then I transpose, right? Yeah, perfect. Then I transpose, so they're on the same row. So they're each an entry. They're each like alt, I think. Yeah, alt. They're both on the same array there. Great. Then this, I'm almost positive. So abs, right? This is abs. Abs, yep, perfect. Which again you'll see is capitalizing. There you go. Capitalizes the strings, which is cool. Unfortunately, you should know that it's not abs to lowercase it. It's neg for some reason, but that's fine. And this is inventory, which again unboxes it, then reboxes it after, which is fine. Which is sort of like a map, I guess. Maybe map almost. Maybe and then I don't know. Whatever. It's one of those. And if I don't, hypothetically, if I just leave it as it is, does that work exactly as it did? So it's not necessary. It's not necessary because maybe this can deal with. It's like it's pervasive or whatever. Oops. I don't know. No, I don't want inventory. I want this. Yeah, it doesn't. Okay, I keep trying to scroll, but there's nothing to scroll. So let's just assume it's on boxed characters. So I don't need to unbox it. But this one does because this is differently shaped. So this one, I guess this could probably be a fork as well. But okay, let me whatever. So again, this is an underpick thing where I modify my value. So this is the function I run on the 0th element, which is just absoluting it, and then this is on the first element. Then I per content it, which is a great name for a function. Oh jeez. Let me just think of this for a second. Because I'm transposing them anyway. I don't know. I would have said something like, because I could probably get the same thing done in a fork, right? Let me get rid of this guy, and I'm gonna just imagine that this is this. Yes, no, this join this. Did I nuke a 0? Yeah, no. This is that the same? Is that different? Let's see. I duplicated my objects. How come? I don't know. I'm not going to think about it too much. Let's just leave it there. Fork, I should have said two functions on the calls two functions on the same thing. So hypothetically, you'll see. I'm sure there's an example. Fork, perfect. So deduplicate. Well, I don't want to. Let's say plus and minus or something. Plus and minus. Does that work like this? Actually, now that I think about it, no, it doesn't. Fork, duplicate, and then also duplicate. So this function comes in. It duplicates it once. Then duplicates it a second time. But where's the third one come in? Oh, because it adds the stacked, right? So it would just leave it on, because if you duplicate it by itself, it leaves the original. So fork, duplicate makes 2 copies, and then gives you back the original. Right. Okay. Because this this one turns this one into 3, and this one turns into 4. I don't know. Whatever. I'm sure that's fine. All right, so going back to where we were here. Did I break something? Perfect. We're back to happiness here. So at this point, we've got our capitalized key, and then our per content function has been run, which we recall. Oh, okay. So per content. So right now, all these words are split on spaces because we wanted to get the number out. But now we have to join these together because in our key, whatever, like shiny gold would be shiny and gold. So in our case, it's bright yellow. So that's not good. Bright white. Bright white, perfect. Okay, so bright white is like one entry or whatever, but it's separated here. So that's probably what per content does. So let's go look. Per content. Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna once again try breaking this up. Break it. Excellent. I'm gonna indent it as well. So we duplicate this thing. We get its shape. Shape is like its number of axes, I guess, or something along the size. I don't know. Then we're gonna pick the last element of it. Oh, last element of the shape. So because of our shape, again, I gotta do this guy again. So this is our rows. So if I had to guess what its shape would be, its shape would be 2 by 3. Is that where I'm at? Yeah, I got 2 rows of 3 each. So 2 rows, and then I guess each is 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Then I take the last one. Why do I care about the last one? No, I don't care about the last one. Okay. So this is a great question again. So I remember now. If I'm in the scenario where I have no other bags, you'll recall that my empty switch statement or whatever. Again, I can't search on this. So if I do this, and then this, there you go. So there. If there's no other, I just return an empty list, and then I have to use per content here to get rid of the empty content, because it is empty content. I just want to propagate the empty content again, I guess. That's what I'm dealing with. So I check whether the last element in the shape is a 0 or not, basically. If it's a 0, I propagate the empty array. Otherwise, I do this other function on each element there. And let's see where we get. I'm going to join this back up again. Okay. Again, because this isn't a real pair or whatever, my Vim match thing, I can't, like, this goes to each pair or whatever. I can't do that with this. Maybe I should add it myself, I guess. That'd be a smart thing to do instead of just whining. Okay, per single. What does per single do? Now, this takes advantage. Oh, can I break this up again? Nope. Can I? What's going on now? Do this. And then there you go. So these curly braces are like an array, whatever, like I said. So again, I can't. Well, whatever. Takes all the elements, and everything that happens inside this function gets put into a boxed array again. So and I fork on the argument, and you'll see this guy takes one single argument, which I'm going to assume is each row. I'm going to assume it's a row. Yeah, let's just assume it's 0. So I unbox. I should go backwards, but I'm unboxing the 1 that turned it back into. So I got the first element, I guess. Then unbox it. So I got the 1. The boxed 1 turned just 1. Excellent. Oh, so I could actually, if I just leave it as it is, it'll be doubly nested. Oh, I see. Well, I guess I could just do this then. Yeah, see, so if I don't unbox it, it's boxed on its own. So then I could instead, I could turn these back into this. Actually, I can do it with Vim. Change surrounding brackets to squares. Good. Then I have to box it up again. Interesting. I'll leave that like that because it's a little easier, I guess. So anyway, join string. What does join string do? This one I had to think about for a minute, I think, because it. Where's my convert to map function? I hope this is a lot of fun to follow because I'm not making any sense to myself here. Join string. It is this couple. Again, I can't jump to letter. Join. Yeah, it's join. What does couple look like? Does couple look like the same thing but in the other shape? No, it doesn't. It looks like a line with a bed and the line through it. This is the space character. Then I row. I join every. That doesn't make any sense. Why would join string? All right, what does it do? This is a takes one and puts one back. I should say I'm hope this is only in like minute 20, but this is the signature, right? So this is the same thing as this, which is the same thing as this, which is to say it takes one argument and puts one element back on the stack. And it's nice to have some typing for that sort of thing. So if I put like 0 or something, oh no, it's declared 1-0, but that's actually 1-1-1. So and then everything isn't. It doesn't. Type signature is optional then. So I just put a space in the stack. Let's just. What happened? Okay, this is here. Okay, then I put a space in the stack. Great, you put a space in the stack. And then what happens? Is it okay? Does it work that if it's a scalar or whatever, like if there's if it's if there's only one element, it'll like give it to both. Yeah. Okay. This is it. I think. Yeah, I'm assuming that's it. I'm assuming because that looks like there's a space in before the thing. So I'm gonna assume that this is basically saying before every character, for every value in the string, put a space in front of it. Oh, I remember. Okay, so what it's gonna do is it's gonna give me a. Once again, I'll put this here to get my mind back. So I have. Again, I can't read this, but it looks like a box string. I assume with a space here. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Let's say that's the case, and then this is D shape, right? This is D shape, which is to say flatten it back. Okay. So I put that here. It's flattened. So this is a boxed array, like a one-dimensional array of space, string, space, and the shape of this is probably square 4, right? Would that be a fair assessment of shape? Question mark. Top. 13 elements. This is 13. What? Oh, okay, right. Okay, I see. I see. Yes, 13 elements, because there's the 2 words with a space character in front of them. So, yeah, excellent. Okay, so I can get rid of these again. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Okay, so then now that I have them all, in a line here. I have space, word, and I get rid of the first leading space. Excellent. So this is literally just join my characters by spaces, and then yeah, easy. See, Uiui's not so bad. Yeah. So then, where is this used? It's the per single, so I drop one first. What's here? I guess. I don't take the number. I see. So I get rid of the number here, and then I just have the strings back. Okay, and then I have a kitten. She's like 9 weeks old or something. She is meowing like crazy. I gotta take her out here pretty soon. But anyway, so we got the strings. That's just the strings combined with just the boxed value as it is, and so we'll put those both the strings and the numbers together into a master array per single row. And that only happens if the shape, if you recall, is not 0, because as you remember, there's no other bags in some of them. Good, good. I hope we're having fun, because again, this is as good as it was at the start. So that's per content. So at this point in time, we now have our, where are we at here? We have a list of keys that is absed, and then our contents, which are nicely parsed into counts, and then the content values, or whatever. Then we transpose them for some reason. Oh, right. So we transpose them because we have to get them into a map. So first we uncouple them. Uncouple. Yes. Because that'll put them both in the stack, right? Yeah, we have 2 elements in the stack. We have one array of keys. Actually, I'll get rid of them. You'll see a little easier here, maybe. If I go up, that wasn't any easier. Where am I at? Yeah, so you can't. Sometimes Uiua has a hard time, but this is actually I can do this. I can zoom way the hell out, come back in, and then there you go. So it's a array. That looks like it's a 2D array, but maybe not. That's a 1 element array of these boxes, right? Here, you see them. I guess there's 13. I'm going to say there's 13 of them. I don't know what the count is. And 1 for every key. One. That looks like more than 13, but that's fine. Zoom back in. Zoom back in. Perfect. Where's my mouse? All right. Okay. So there we go. We're here. Oh, also I should say I'm running Uiua Watch. So Uiua Watch is great, and then no format, so it doesn't format my code, and then clear, so it clears the screen after. It's amazing for iteration. Most things in Uiua are very good, actually. Back to this. We have simply a. Actually, let me read this here one more time. So now we're going to just do the next thing, which now we've got our 2 lists on the stack. So we got a list of this and a list of the values. And you'll see map doesn't have a keyword yet, but the pair of lists, and gives you a map back, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Easy peasy. Oops, let's see where we're at here, and you'll see it's a map that just looks like a symbol there. Perfect. That gives us a convert to map function. Excellent. Let's close this guy off. Go back here. Swap map. Now we're gonna go back and now because I don't know, I did my math wrong or something. I swapped them back into wait. Okay, so swap map is poorly named. It should actually be how do I unjoin map? Let's say. Look at that, the Uiua LSP coming in again. But anyway, what this does, I'll tell you before we go through the implementation, is because we have our can I go back here and then unjoin map? We have one key and then there's many rows. I wanted to take every key and join it to every row of contents. That way I could flip it after. So let's see if I did that correctly. So I didn't actually swap map at all here, but I take every key and join it to every value in this thing. So if I go back to this and go here, get rid of the take, you'll see that sometimes there's duplicate keys, and that's because each, like the dark orange bag had 2 children. The bright white, muted yellow, dark orange, bright white, muted yellow. Excellent. So how this does, unmap it. So I go from, I assume I'm sure it'll say here, but I go from, oh, I saw it. Unmap. No, I didn't. There, unmap. Unmap to get the keys and values back. To turn back into a list of arrays, whatever. To couple them. Gee willikers. So I take this, I take two lists, join them up together. Now we got our things back, and then I gotta transpose it to make them all in line, I guess. I'm not sure how to use it. Then I do this baloney. Man, there's a lot of friggin' code to this. Holy jumping. You forget about this, man. I feel less bad about it taking weeks, or a week or days, whatever. So cent is just sentry. I can go to the definition probably. Yeah, sentries is -1. I just wanted it for sentinel, not sentry. I just wanted it so I wouldn't have to worry about the blank spaces. But anyway, I do this. Oh God, what do I do? What do I do? Let's go through it one element at a time here. So this, at this point in time, I've got the key and values in the nested arrays, and at this point I have a single element. Again, I can't tell the difference. See, there's two elements there, and then I go per row. It's just down to one. So it's a one-dimensional array of two elements, I guess. Whereas before, this is a two-dimensional array, and there just happens to be only one element in it. Whereas this one again is a one-dimensional array with two elements in it. Yeah, sure. Easy. So now from here, I first it. This pick 0 is equivalent. I can't search. God damn it. That's again part of the symbolic languages or whatever, glyph languages. I can't just type first and it searches it, right? I have to, or pick, I should say in this case. I have to actually go there like a pleb. Anyway, this would be equivalent to first. First is, I'm sure it'll say somewhere. No, it doesn't. It should though. To be perfectly honest, first and pick 0 is equivalent in all ways. I think maybe not, but whatever. Pick 0 equivalent. Then here, I on the second thing, I have a boxed array of elements because these could have any number of elements in it. So I get that. So I get the key first, put on the stack. Then I take this unboxed bad boy and get that, which I believe is equivalent to just content now, right? That should be equivalent. Perfect. I don't know what's better, and this will format nicer, so I'm gonna go content. It's just like choice. It's great. Now what am I doing? So now I have the two elements in the stack. The first thing I picked, and then the second thing unboxed. Excellent. Okay. So now, why do I gap pop it? Okay. Okay. Let me. I'm gonna have to zoom in one more time. I'm pretty blind. This is like a duplicate, but the second to top value, right? Duplicate the second to top value of the stack. How do I visualize this? This is, you put 5 and 4 on the stack, then you combine them to make 7. Then you duplicate 5. And then you duplicate 7, 5 plus, and then 5 plus 7 is plus. Yeah. So if we recall, we have, let's say, top, and then we say inside, in. So we have this is at the top outside of the thing, and then per row, because we only have one box of rows here, I guess. Yeah, I don't know actually then, because it's one box. So maybe this isn't actually useful to row it, or is it? I don't know. I'll ponder that another time. So what is this doing? So I have in with nothing else on the stack. Oh no, what I have on the stack is my light red. because it's boxed. I think there's a condition in rows where if the thing, no, I don't know. I'm not gonna theorycraft that. I'll just say that this is gonna duplicate the light red. There you go. It duplicated light red. So I reached over this bad boy and then copied this, put it on the top of the stack for me. Then here, oh, do I dip it? I think I think I could just swap these, but okay. So this is again pop, which gets rid of the value in the top of the stack, and then this is dip. So I go underneath the top value. So because this is my top value, oh, hold on. Let's. I'm going too fast here. I'm in. So at this point I couple or whatever join. I'm gonna join light red to this array. So after this thing, I imagine I will have this and these in a one array together. Let's find out. Excellent. And then now I'm trying to clean up my garbage. So I'm gonna dip. I'm gonna ignore this guy and then get rid of this guy. And so I'm gonna do this again. Oops. Did you find perfect? Right? Yes. But this is going to be also equivalent, I'm going to say, to some sort of... I can flip this, I bet. I can... Instead of... I'm thinking, because there's a way to do this a little differently, I think. I'm going to put this back. So at this point, it's easier to move around. This, I have this. Then I dip the duplicate the thing. So this is here. If I just swap them instead. Oh, is that why?Maybe. Dip flip. No. Okay, so this is maybe why. So because I can't do the dip flip, I need to abuse the stack in some way. I don't know. I think I would want to like fix the value that's like the key on top. Like this guy, I would like to fix that or something. I don't know. I'm not gonna. Let's ignore that. Let's just ignore that. So after this, I have. It's back on the stack. What? What? Oh, okay, no. There you go. We at the top we just have our thing cleaned up. Great, great. Then we have to use our fill. Fill is again like it's like a safety, it's like a try else thing. If it fails, do this. Oh, okay, I see. Because this is a 3 element, 2 element, 1 element, and it fills it with the largest thing with zeros. Perfect. Great explanation. So then here we have these things. And we want to join them all into one array. I guess. Let's see what happens. We got rid of one dimension of the array. If I take 2 instead. Is this the same as D shape? This? Is that always true? I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to pretend it is the same as D shape because that'll be maybe a little easier. Okay, now that I've D-shaped it into a single array, what do I do with it? I would imagine I just get rid of everything that is, like, get rid of everything that isn't a sentry, is what I'm going to assume. But let's try. Let's try. So I've got this, and I've got to figure out which one that. Oh, okay. I've got to come up with. Oh, you know, I did have something, right? I had these guys. Yeah. So I'm gonna just use the different inputs. So this is, yeah, this is. I'll say drop 1 to get rid of the first one. So yeah, so here we go. Here's an example of sample text that has a no other in it. And that's what it looks like. It's a 2D array of 1 element of empty boxes or something. I have no idea what R means, but let's just assume it means empty or something. That's one thing I would have loved to have the docs be better about, because if you go, the docs are pretty helpful, I think. I was looking through this. It talks about it somewhere in one of these where it explains that sort of formatting, maybe? I can't remember. I've read all this stuff so many times. I don't remember where it is. Arrays? I don't know. But It sort of talks about it somewhere. I can't recall. The docs are great. There's just so many types. Yeah. I think again, BQN and stuff does the same sort of utility, or whatever. So it's standard, I guess. I don't know. Doesn't matter. I would love for it to be explained. Um, so back to our easy peasy scenario here. We have duplicated the arrays that are flattened with the key value pairs. We want to get rid of all the keys that have no children because we don't need to look through as children, I guess, from there on. So from here, then we go for our first. Man, that's hard to read sometimes, man. Let's do this just so I know where I'm at. We have this duplicate list, and then we iterate over the a single. Oh, I see. Yeah, perfect. This is the first element here, second element here, third element here, etc. You get it? And I check to see if it's equal to the sentinel, which will be never actually. Huh. Well, let's just keep it. Let's just see where we get. Right, we're gonna paste it back in, and that didn't do anything at all. Actually, excellent, wonderful. But we have our what? Hold the phone. Did it actually change something? No. So why is our list look different now? Is it just the formatting, maybe? I'm gonna assume I just typoed something. Did I forget to duplicate it, maybe? No? I'm confused. I'm confused. Because this doesn't look like what I started with. No, I didn't want Tmux A. I wanted to do this to see what I have for. What did I change somewhere? Look at this. This is awful to read as well. This is equivalent. There's still a duplication. Maybe that was significant after all. Let me go back. Content unbox. It was. Well, how? I don't know, but at least I caught it. Good. We're having fun. Zoom back in. Easy. All right. So now we have now we both understand the unjoined map bit. Okay. Now we're at the part where I'm the most recent-ish part, I guess. So let's get rid of our one example here. And what we're doing is now we start with the key, a key of shiny gold, and we're trying to find all the bags that contain it, which is again is going to be, as you see, bright white for the first scenario. Because for our input here, the only one that contains shiny gold is bright white. So I dip fix it. Dip means, like I said, temporarily pop off the top of the stack, and fix goes just appends like it adds an array, wraps everything in an array. So 5 wrapped in an array is like this, and then you wrap it again. It's a 2D array. You wrap a 2D array or a single. That's a one-dimensional array with another. It's 2-dimensional. You can nest it forever. It's great. It's useful for rows or something when you want to iterate over this thing many times. I don't know. It doesn't. I don't know. Well, whatever. Well, whatever. So, next. So we're gonna let's just see where we're at. Again, okay. So, oh man, actually, even worse. I'm using this. I was trying to be clever here. The by, it duplicates the last function to the argument, uh, which I suppose is equivalent to this thing. So the same? I don't know. I don't recall. I'm learning that one. We'll deal with that after. So the stack at this point is this, right? We got our key that we're looking for, and then the unmapped whatevers that we have. So, oops. So we then dip fix. I don't know why that duplicates it. I'll be totally honest with you. Oh, obviously. So okay. So the by, because somewhere in here it pops off or something. It knows that somehow that this whole mess of a function takes two things off the stack, and this is the last thing on the stack, so it creates a new one, duplicated because of the by. Excellent. And then it fixes this one. So now there's three things here instead of the two here, which is a three-dimensional array, and that's used so that I can rows over it over this. Come on, over this guy, and get access to this. So now in here, if I had to guess, I will have all of this and then a two-dimensional version of this. Let's see if I'm right. All of this and a two-dimensional version of this. And this guy is still untouched on top of the stack. Excellent. Okay. I have some sort of docs here that I've written for myself. Let's see if it works. For each row in the bags, check if it's in the keys we're looking for. So we want to, again, our stack is looking like this. So we're going to unabs it or neg-abs it, which is lowercase. We're going to lowercase all these bad boys. Well, no, actually. No, actually. No. Because we're not in a rows, right? We're not in a rows. We're in this. So this thing, I'm trying to look at where, because okay, there's rows here. So this iterates over this thing, right? And then it pulls in the second thing, I guess. See what I mean? This took me ages to figure out to write, and I can't even get it going. This is a I'll assume that because it's fixed, that this guy pulls two things. So it pulls off whatever's default plus a second thing. I don't know. We'll see. Let's just dip into it. Going to definition is great. Thanks LSP. And so here it should be the exact same output, right? Yep. And then here inside of it, we're going to go per row, which again is just going to be the single key element again, right? The output should look the same, and this will be one dimensional. There'll be one fewer thing on this, maybe? This is a total guess? No. No. I'm going to put a space here to help me clear understand. So I've got, at this point in time, I've got this boxed string and this 2D array of rows. And because I'm going to row-wise it, everything in this stack, I guess, is actually, this is when I would do this. I would say func, and then I would put this here, and then I would look at the signature. This takes two arguments, it puts two arguments back. Which wouldn't that also be this? Isn't that the same thing as this? I guess 2 and 2.1 is the same. Okay. So this takes two elements. So func here takes two things. It's implicit, its own thing, plus the dip. Plus the dip. And I don't think it must say somewhere, but row takes every element. It it iterates through all the rows of everything it takes in, except for when any of the arrays has the input as one row, then it'll be duplicated. But there's some line somewhere. It's sort of implied or something, but it I don't know what proxy values is. There's a link to it in the docs, but it has some complicated reasoning for it. Proxy, docs/proxy. What's no functions proxy, functions proxy. Come on, you got it. I could just look for functions. Okay, let's go for functions. Docs tutorial functions. Okay, tutorial proxies at the bottom probably. I don't know why I'm looking for this because I'm not going to read it. Yeah, dynamically something or other proxy values. I don't know. It's something. It's there. It's there. You know, it's there. So thank you. I don't know if proxying is related, and I imagine if I was reading it, it would also make more sense. But let's just deal with it as it is. So, because this thing takes two arguments, it's going to rosify everything it takes in. So it takes two things. So that means then, if I get rid of this question mark, oh, and because there's one element here, it's duplicated per list or whatever. That's why. So I'll have one of these, and then one element of these per thing because I dip. Right? Yes. Look at that. I'm weeing. So thing, and then one row of these. Thing, and then one row of these. Thing, one row of these. Look at that. Now we're freaking programming. All right. Let's freaking go. Okay, now I've dipped it. What? Is this not the same? Okay, hold on. I've duplicated it, but this is also the same as this, right? No, of course not. It puts the top of the stack and leaves it where it is. Sometimes, I don't know. Sometimes those like that temporary pop off the stack and call a function, but then this also does that, but it leaves it on top of the stack. Whatever. Okay, so now we have the lowercase box string, and then we have two rows of these guys. And then we're gonna this is not keep, this member, right? So it's anyone if this is a member in any one of these elements, right? Let's figure that out. Figure that out, as we say. So yes, so this shiny gold is in this element because you'll see it here, and then a shiny gold is not in this one, so it's 0. Oh man, this song. Fuck. Shoot. I mean, this only works. This only works because I uppercase this. If I didn't uppercase this would break. My logic would be way off because it would always be 1 if the key was in it. Well, that's gonna be an implementation detail. Remember. All right. Great. So then now, based on whether it's in there or not, I keep it. So in this case, I don't keep this one. So what does that give me? It gives me an empty boxed array because I guess we're living in box land at some point. It says here it's boxed, so obviously should have realized that, dude. Then this is by or on or whatever, the same thing. On call but keep its first, but there's only one argument, so it's the same, right? Because boxing is one argument, so this is the same. Okay, let's remember here. This is how I tell things. The same bright white thing. So this and then this. Nope. Box and then duplicate is the same. Yeah. No, that still breaks it. I don't know, man. I don't know why that's not the same. Because it looks like it should be the same, but whatever. So at this point in time, let's say I'm keeping. This is again where I have my helper top, mid, low. So I can't see. Okay, let's zoom out again. Zoom out a little bit more. Okay, so for our high, before we do any membership checking, we've got this guy and these ones. So here, after mid, we keep the ones that do match, and then we box mid. It's mid here. So we're looking to buy box it, which is to say duplicate the value. Duplicate the argument. So that's it, duplicated it, and that's the boxed result, I guess. Okay. Then we basically check the length of this guy. So can I scroll up here with some technology? Here's the low. So this is an example where we check the length of it. So this is the empty box. And we check the length of this guy, and we keep only the ones. It's so friggin' hard to think, man. We based on the length of this, we keep this or not. So based on the length of this, we keep this or not. And that somehow magically just figures things out. Can I macro this? Q find H, delete 2 find double quote, and macro and macro and macro. Vim, man. Vim's pretty fucking sweet. Pretty shooting sweet sometimes. I'm going to put this back in because we obviously understand this. I could totally explain to you. I just, she goes to a different school. So this just returns me the bags. This just returns me the bags that do have the rows. This gives me the rows, right? Because I keep them or whatever. So this one gives me the rows that have the non-zero matches in it. Okay, so then can I go 25 lines up, change this to everything? Shotgun line 20 lines down. So this is, okay, I don't know. okay, baby steps here, baby steps. We have I'm going to validate that this is still working. I'm going to die if it doesn't. Okay, good. I'm going to, what do we have? On the stack, we have this box of boxes, I guess. I don't know. And we're going to do this to them next, which is to say, unbox it. All the arguments, actually, not just all. Oh, right. Okay, that's why I'm going to zoom in again. I'm going to unbox it. And I'm going to call first on it. So I'll take this guy first it, and I'm going to lowercase the first value, which turns it back into bright white. See, because I have to do this. There's so many friggin' rows in a row here. 2, I guess. So this finds all the rows that contain the shiny gold key, I guess. Then this gets the first key and unboxes it. Again, this first icon here is the same as pick 0. Then I downcase it. Hypothetically, if I just unbox it here, it should be the same in this case, right? Yeah, because I only deal with one argument. I can't tell you the arity of this, whatever. But if I do this again, func. Now func is 1 So in this case, content is exactly the same as just calling unbox first. But But I should say the reason this fails is because if there's no body of this guy, it'll take whatever's in the stack and just shove it in there as a valuable, which is intense. But anyway, so I guess. Oh, I also like this with the LSP too. It tells you the value of a constant, which is really fun. So like if I say age equals, or let's say counts equals 1, 2, 3 or whatever, and then I say add 100. Is that gonna work? I don't know if this is gonna value, but no. There you go. Now cancel. Look at that. It tells me the result of it. Isn't that fun? That's a nice quality, man. So I don't know. If I go back to this, my stack. This is way a long time ago here, so I'll get rid of this as well. The stack is this, and these are duplicated. But there's a chance that this has multiple elements. I guess I don't know. I don't remember that's what's going on there. I'm need to get back to where I was thinking. I'm going to format this so we are back to nice code. Let's just assume that this is what we want. Right? This is going to give us all the things that do match, and then we rows them up to do what with them exactly. I don't know. We put it in 2 elements. I don't know, man. And then we deshape them and then deduplicate them because there could be duplicates. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. And this now duplicates the last argument. So the last argument was the big array, if you remember, and that we dip fixed it. And so we print this interim value and then repeat. Okay, look at this. So again, we have our things. Now the trick. Okay, we're caught up. This must have been an hour of recording. I don't have a. Does this tell me actually? If I go here, does this tell me? Oh, an hour 20. Beautiful. Easy peasy. This is a lot of fun. We're having fun. So this is now. I can I guess iterate through it until I have an empty list back. And with an empty list, I just want to stop doing things. I was trying all kinds of stuff. So like, so again, I can't remember everything we did, but we go through our keys and then whatever. I'm not going to try. The point is we do some stuff. Okay. So let's try to simulate this with an iterative loop of some kind. And I think there's a repeat in here somewhere. Yeah. Do. This is do. So do, how do I, this, yeah, I don't remember where we're at. So I was printing, again, I gotta freaking zoom out because I'm blind. You can see here I'm trying to iterate things. So I'm like an inner loop, which is almost the same thing as this, right? Where this is, I think, literally exactly the same as this, because there's the by and this is by, right? This icon is by. Yeah, that icon is by. So to me, they should be exactly the freaking same. But the trouble is, well, all right, let's see if I can go to do here. Do or while or whatever. I think if it's again, nice part of LSPs or the Uiua is to go while, it'll give me dual again. Isn't that fun? It's nice, man. It gets covered. I don't know if it was because it was called while at one point, but yeah, see, it just it's helpful. Okay, so what this does is this runs a function over and over again until this condition is no longer true. So it takes this value, does something to it, and then as long as the return value of this is past this function returns true, it'll repeat it over and over again. And that's used here. Here, this is your example. To keep this one, this is what I was trying to do. So this takes the initial list. Well, it's like a two-dimensional list, two-dimensional arity of 2, some function. There you go. An arity of 2 here. So it takes 2 values to start with, I think, and then it checks the values to make sure that this, like if I change this to 250 or whatever, it'll add 128 to this. and it pops off the other element, I guess, because it forks it or something. Yeah, see, that's the thing it tested or something. I don't know. I can't. This is where we're at. This is where I intended the video to start, basically. An hour and 20 in. Yeah. So this I think all these symbols we've talked about, right? Where enter, yeah, deshape, deduplicate. I should have mentioned. I don't think I did explain it, but deduplicate literally just deduplicate something. So if you have 77800120, the duplicate 7's gone. Hello world, duplicate L's gone, duplicate O's gone because O's already existed here, etc. So then this, I'll give this like a 2-second timeout. Do I have any more questions? Question marks here? No, it doesn't. Okay, so what? Oh, sleep. Right, sleep. Sorry, sleep for n seconds. So here, but there's a. Oh, I print. I don't remember, but I call that function, right? I call this function, and then I have my. I got to do this again. Iter. Oh man, I'm getting confused as usual because I don't remember what is possibly different. Oh, okay. Hold on. Iter? No. Does removing counts matter? I forgot that part. It just gets rid of the counts. I think it'll be simple. Duplicate? Oh, I don't know, but let's assume it doesn't matter. So our values. Okay, I'll go back up here. I'll find our values. Oh, and I can just take the actual inputs of the values too. Look at that. All right. So so the I don't know. Like this should work, I guess, right? So like this is the same function. Let me try this out. Let me iterate this. I'm going to call this func and call this func, right? And then get rid of all this stuff for now. We have nothing happens. So this is our swapped map or whatever. Then I'm gonna call func once on it. Oh, because I don't have this value on it. Perfect. There. Then I'm going to call it again. And then once more, it should be empty list, right? So this is the same thing as we have before. So this is our iterate once or something. Iterate once. We'll have a better name for it. Iterate once. Okay. I'm gonna as well clean this up, and I'm gonna commit this actually. That should be enough, right? Excellent. So tidy 2020 day 7 part 1. Okay, great. So this is whoops, where'd I go here? I'm trying to think, because our iterate once function, as we know, well, okay, let me phrase this differently. What this example is doing here with the do while is it's doing like an accumulation loop, right? It's doing an accumulation loop and still joining it. I think that's join, right? The website has a problem. We have to hit control or something, and then it does it. I don't know. I have to tap control, and then it finally. It doesn't matter. This is, by the way, also this fork takes two functions, and in this case, because there's just two functions on its own, they don't use the switch or function syntax thing, because this is equivalent, and I did test this out. That should be exactly the same if I did my thing correctly. Yeah, that's exactly the same. Just for clarity. So here it returns, it puts two things on the stack, right? Control. Okay, can I make this the full editor, please? Control. No. Let's go pad link. Okay, then we go func. I'm gonna put this func. Excellent. The exact same code, right? And this guy's a 2 to 2. And is that why there's two elements here? because this is only checking the top value, but it's still iterating on the joined thing. You know what I mean? I need to do that. I need to for mine here, I can actually close this. Is that gonna work? Perfect. I need to actually return this to check whether that length is 0 or not, but accumulate these like this is happening, like this is doing. Right? So again, it's checking only the leftmost, like the first, the most recently popped value, and internally it's like accumulating this or something. Again, I don't get that, but that's what I'm trying to do. So I need to do something like that, where my my thing happens, I guess. And I'm gonna do it back up here where we can keep that by itself. Put this down here, starting value, and then comment this whole bit, and then go back to here. So let me figure out where back I'm at here. Func, do stuff. What do I call it? Iterate once. Iterate once. I did. Okay. So inner, we don't care about inner anymore, because inner, we know we know. Okay, let's get to the sleep as well. We know that this should work, right? So when we duplicate and print this out, get rid of our stack thing, somewhere our friggin' output should tell us the accumulated. Hold on. Okay, this is what I expected, right? So we're doing something. Yes. Okay. This okay. We're getting there. This is successfully iterating over and over again until there's nothing left in our loop, right? Let me just commit this again too. Make sure. Yeah, commit this. Oops. We want to call it iterating successfully or whatever. Now we need to join the resulting lists or something. So we have the values. We have the values which we want, which are being printed out in here. Which are being printed out here, and they're also being checked to see if they have the length of 0. And here we are basically. Can I clone this line? There's a question mark at the bottom. Clone line, swap lines. Clone. No. Duplicate? No. Here, clone this or comment this, and just duplicate this. And this will be equivalent, I think. Well, it might not finish. Oh, it did finish. This is what I've got. This is what I've got. Okay, so the difference is, like I said, what you saw previously, my example was, ignore this for now, right? I think. So I need to then, this is my function, this is my times 2, so I fork this, and I join. I think that was this join, if I find it somewhere, join. It was a yellowish glyph, right? Blue, it was blue, I guess. My syntax is wrong. That's fine. So the trouble now is because now iter takes 2 things, returns 3. What happens? Oh, right. So this is the chick. So there's like a composition thing. I don't. Dues, like the function dues, its own function. It's gonna have a positive or negative. Because actually, I remember that if I'd like dip twice or something, pop twice, maybe it'll say negative. It was a nice little negative. Look at that. It has to change or whatever. I don't know how to read that, but the composed signature of 2 to 3 and 1 minus the condition is 2 to 3. So something has to be the same value. So again, if I added a list like they do, it doesn't change anything. So what does this tell me? And also, this doesn't tell me anything either, right? Because popping after this doesn't help, right? Yeah. And it's because I think this already has a feature of 2 or something, because it already takes 2 things in. Now this is assuming there's like a third element to be whatevering in, to be like it pulls in. Without it, I mean, I guess like without forking, I guess really forking is the problem. Because if I just ID'd this, it would be the same. Yeah. Let me just an ID. I should clarify as well. ID is just taking like the same thing and returning it. So the ID of 5 is still 5. And this is back to being 2 for 2, right? 2. I don't know what. Take 2, return 2. 2 for 2. It's easy to say. And by expecting by putting in the fork, it then changes this to takes 2, returns 3, because this takes 1 argument. I bet you if I bide this, would that make it worse? Yeah. See, 2 to 4 instead. And this thing is a 1-to-1 control, matching control. There you go. 1-to-1. The dot 1 is implied, remember? And this, green is monadic or whatever, and blue is 2. Is that how this works? Anyway, so this is 2 for 2. I was gonna say the doc string is wrong, but that's not. It's being helpful. It thinks the doc string is that. So what is this? What is this telling me? What is this? 2 for 2, and that is fine. But yeah, now it's fine because it's just like, yeah, don't worry about it. The reason it can't add to the element of stacks is just that let's say that the do's function can have a positive net stack change outside an array, but the composer, is there an array here that I'm missing? No. No. I think this is why I had the iter function read out in full, because I need to like well, no, I don't know. I don't know. I want to. If I pop this, what happens if I pop one? What happens if I just say pop? Minus the condition, pop again. No. Pop. It got set because pop was returning, or because the condition is turning 0. What does it want me to do? It wants me to make sure that I don't add more stuff to the stack, which is fine. But I need to. Okay, the state that I'm continuing with has to grow over time, but I also have to compare it to the last stack. In this iteration, do I get the old value? Is there like an accumulation? If I zoom way out again, is there an accumulation of values that I get? No, because I can't. I'm so freaking blind. I can't see anything when it's like that. I gotta. This takes 2. Come on. Can match and control. There you go. This takes 2 and puts on 2, which is okay. So what if then? What if I fork this? I do this, and then put this on. What happens then? Can I have a stack change? Come on, man. This is where it's tough because I don't have like the toolkit of uh, of an APLer, of an array langer. Shit out raycast for what the right tool here is. If I okay, well no. What's worse? What's worse is that what's make this harder, I should say, is that this function, the iterate once function, reaches out and and takes something else from the stack, which is to say the key. It looks for the shiny bag variable, and I need to persist that or something. You know, I don't know. Like that's why I had it. If you recall, I had some sort of get show at the very bottom. I had some weird flipping and stuff. I was trying to mess with the stack or something to get this list in there. Man, I and if I let's say I just iterate once. This doesn't show at all? What? 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 Oh, wait, what? I, I don't know. The signature is of 2 and 1, and it's just 2. Where's the negative stack change? Oh, 1. Right, this is implied 1, unimplied 2. I'm stuck. I'm really. I'm not sure, man. I don't know. I don't know. If I go back to the full list here, how do I don't want the scrollable list. I just want get rid of this. There you go. I don't know what it wants. Like, I'm sorry. My problem is I need to have some sort of list that accumulates as I go. And doing that, I'm confused because there's not even a single iteration happening. Oh, because it's dealing with. Oh god. Okay. Yeah. So format maybe. Yeah, format. I need to accumulate this with an accumulator, for example. But I'm worried that my iterate once function is the problem. Because I'm not sure. I have the values right there, right? Like I have the values right there. PL, PN, P. It's P something. PF. Found keys, let's say. Maybe that'll be easier to things. And the input to this is always... Wait, what? Well, hold the phone. Hold the phone. Hold the old phone. Zoom out. It takes the keys to find. The keys to find. I can feel the hat coming on because this is my key that I'm looking for, and then these are the other keys that I'm looking for. So even if, as it is now, I have to just count these values. Okay, what if? Okay, hold on, I'm getting excited again. I'm gonna have to cut this video in half, man, or something. I can instead duplicate the keys, right? So now I have the keys. I have the keys. That's going to complain, but that's fine. Then I join them. Oh, that's why they sleep, probably, to help me. Is it couple? I don't understand why the... Uh, the list should be getting longer, shouldn't it? Oh. Oh. Dip. Then maybe a dedupe at some point. A dedupe. Okay. Where would the... This is progress. Oh, you know what? I think it's because it's... If I'm guessing, it's because now it's looking for all the keys inside. It's looking for all, and like it's accumulating more keys to find, which is probably okay. Might get messy on the big time. But then where is the rank 2 array coming in? I hate to do this. On line 110, if I then, before this rows is called, well, no, let's just put this in here and get rid of the sleep because we want to break immediately. It's great. Don't worry about that. Cursorless is a great tool. I'm just gonna scroll up a little bit so these rows. So like it's found these. This is wait. There you go. If I a rank 2 row to a rank 2 array, what is a rank 2 row versus a rank 2 array? Because there's these two icons here, which means something, and then this. I guess this is a rank 2 row because there's 2 elements. Maybe, I don't know. Because they're all boxed. What if I box them then? Box. Whew, well, I'm tuckered out, man. I'm giving up. If anyone has any feedback or thoughts, I'd be curious to know, because it doesn't. I don't know. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Keep me posted. Bye.